What is up, crypto fans? It is your boy Sam back here with another video from the Bitcoiner. We have new cryptocurrency videos coming out every single day, ranging from the latest in altcoin news to fundamental and technical analysis. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing as it's free and you can always unsubscribe. And if you find any value or help in this video at all, please let us know with a like or a comment, as these videos are completely free to make and it really supports me when I see these likes and comments. Thanks so much. So guys, today it is kind of sad news, but kind of good news too. It's sad news for the short term, but great news for the long and mid term, with some speculation to do with potential partnerships with DAZN, which is a huge sports streaming platform like the One Championship, who Theta have already partnered with previously. But the bad news is we have taken a huge fall of 30.34% in the last 24 hours alone, guys. We were at $9.38 yesterday. Everything was great. We were in the $9 range. We were about to reach $10, and then boom, everything went downwards from there. And we're sitting now at $6.44, which is absolutely very, very bad. See, we had this huge spike in earlier this week, like yesterday, and now it's just completely collapsed. It went to a low went all the way down to $5.97, and this is the first time we've seen $5 for a very, very long time, guys. So the last time we saw below $5 was the last time we saw below $6 was like a couple months ago, guys. So this isn't very, very good, but let's just stop dwelling on that. Let's just open our eyes up to the long-term vision of this great company. I will say it again, it is a great company just because of its use cases, potential partnerships that it currently has, and exposure that is going to happen from the Katy Perry drop, and its great plans for the future with its packed full roadmap for 2021, quarter 3, quarter 4, and quarter 1 and quarter 2. They also are a very reliable company. They always do what they say they're gonna do in their roadmap. So that just is great news for a company like this. And they've got big plans with Samsung and other huge partners. But in today's video, we're going to be having a look at some of the recent developments on the Theta network Reddit, which is currently sitting at 23.4 thousand members, which is very, very great to see. And we can see that the Twitter is sitting at 194.4 thousand followers. So it just shows that Theta has a great fan base of loyal and supporting fans and followers. However, let's get straight into this news surrounding Italian Series A, which is like the football league of Italy, and it's one of the biggest leagues in the world, top 5 in the world. Wrote an official letter to DAZN after the first games of the season. Theta is needed. So I expect, before even reading this, that DAZN is having a problem streaming their sport, and this is where Theta could come in with its decentralized technology to help stream much clearer and less choppy content that is high quality for much less and a much lower price than traditional centralized streaming would cost. Let's just get right into what this Reddit post is saying, of which is written by WitchWolf252. Great. Hi everybody, you might have heard that the Series A Italian Men's Soccer Championship rights have been acquired by DAZN, and that almost all the games will be streamed through the internet. The same thing is happening in the entirety of Europe. The trend is shifting from satellite TV to internet, and then from internet, guys, that's what I'm saying, from internet to decentralized internet, to decentralized tokens and decentralized technology. Cryptocurrency will become the new fiat currency, and decentralized websites will become the new centralized websites. Anyway, well, after the first round of the season, there have been many complaints by watchers because the streams wasn't of good quality and suddenly buffered more than once per game, guys. And this is the perfect use case of Theta. The league has written a warning letter to DAZN inviting them to solve the problems. DAZN admitted that they had problems with CDNs. Remember that this trend for the entire Europe and I guess also the United States. This was only the first round of the game streamed with large amount of users. The future will see an increase in demand of bandwidth. Guess who has the solution? Of course, Theta has the solution, and we're going to go back to the Theta token website to look at what this problem is exactly and then how Theta is providing the solution. Live video streaming today. Poor quality, like DAZN is being complained about in the Series A. Today, the content delivery network, CDN, that's what they were talking about, lack reach, causing video rebuffering and high load times in many parts of the world. So this cannot be good for live streaming of a football game which has very high stakes and which is live. Skyrocketing data needs. User demands 4K and 8K high quality streams create infrastructure bottleneck. This is also very relevant with the Series A and sports, which is getting higher and higher quality because people want to actually feel like they're watching the game like they're actually there in the stadium, so it has to be as high quality as possible. So that will naturally grow as the technology of cameras naturally grows. And the centralized and inefficient system. The centralized nature means less revenue flows back to content creators and platforms. This basically is saying that the current system that DAZN has is slow and is not keeping up with demands and is much more inefficient and expensive. So what is Theta going to provide with their solution? Decentralized peer-to-peer video delivery, a new native blockchain powered by the users. Number 1, viewers can earn rewards as Theta Fuel, also known as T-Fuel, for sharing excess bandwidth, and resource viewers are now rewarded to participate in the network. Higher quality, smoother video streaming. A centralized peer-to-peer network delivers stream efficiently. Number 3 is reduced cost of delivering video streams. Video platforms no longer need to build expensive infrastructure, means more innovation and unique business models. So basically, Theta is providing one solution that will fix every single one of their problems that DAZN is facing, and it is a lot cheaper. But guys, before we get into what this could mean exactly for the price and the company as a whole going forward into the future, let's have a look further at what exactly is happening with DAZN and the CDN problem, what they are and how they work. So just for a little context, let's read this brief summary. The difficulties of DAZN in the first weekend of the championship led to protests from fans and the request for clarification from the clubs. Among the inefficiencies linked to transmission of meetings, however, an infrastructural malaise stands out. As DAZN pointed out itself, the problems are above the CDN, content delivery network, and Italian content distribution network, handful of high-tech companies unknown to general public that manage a very particular digital business behind the scenes. Of the utmost importance for those who, like DAZN, have to provide live streaming service through the internet. Okay, now let's have a look further at what DAZN problem CDN and the importance of distance. Although internet connections are very fast, in reality the physical distance between the sender and the recipient of the message does matter. The CDNs were born companies specialized in creating local replicas of data contained in central servers to better distribute them and to avoid creating outages due to excess requests of central servers. DAZN CDN problems, the risk of overloading central servers because many are connecting at the same time is because it is a sudden success of service or site. This happens to the service stops when service stops responding. It is called a so-called denial of service, the equivalent of when a computer crashes due to overwork. DAZN CDN problems, the CDN and the video. The uses of CDN are many, and in fact many different types. Large mobile phone service providers also created their own CDs, CDNs, which are usually reserved for customers on their own network and are paid services on behalf of third parties. Why we need to strengthen the networks. At the end of the summer, many are still holiday resorts where connections have usually become high speed, but unfortunately they are low capacity. They cannot support many connections in parallel. During the winter, however, people return to the city in larger ones, greater structural consumption of bandwidth. For example, with the launch of 5G, it is not certain that the networks on the ground are actually up to the load if you also add that of streaming. The problem, therefore, is infrastructural, and CDNs are the most exposed part. But the reality is that the internet is a complicated world, and the streaming service foresees a great maturity in all segments that it's made up of. So, guys, this is all very, very interesting, and it provides a direct demand for a service like Theta that is providing a solution to all of DAZN's problems. We can disregard how Theta is diversifying their business with Theta drops and NFTs and staking, but we can go back to look at the Theta core roots, the reason it was created, which is to solve the problem of choppy streaming with decentralized peer-to-peer streaming on their network with their technology. So, what I propose and what I think will likely happen between DAZN and Theta is not to create a whole new website like Theta TV, but merely for Theta to be adopted by DAZN streaming, and just to unclog the pipes of DAZN and make sure that when they stream more live streaming events like in the Italian Series A, it is decentralized and it's much smoother and clearer. And guys, when the smooth and clear content is delivered and all the fans are super happy, it only means good things for Theta, because as you can see with all of Theta's partnerships here, World Poker Tour, G Fuel, Popcorn Sizzle, and Contime, they've all got that little Theta logo at the bottom, right there, and that is huge for this company. If DAZN streams with Theta, that Theta logo is more than likely to be appearing at the bottom of the screen. And because they're streaming to such a huge audience, almost all throughout Europe, with one of the hugest football fan bases in the world with the Italian Series A, it's like almost the fourth biggest competition in the world for football or soccer. And this will just provide so much exposure to the Theta company, which in the long term, which means the Theta coin will go up in price, because as the Theta company goes up in demand, and lots of people like to and lots of people look at it and see how great it is for the future, the price will naturally go up too, as well as just their great use cases and their diversification with NFTs. For the midterm, when this DAZN partnership comes out, because I'm so certain it will, I reckon Theta can reach a great height of around $20 to $25, which would, because this is just great news for Theta if they can get a partnership with DAZN. And this is not even to mention if DAZN does more partnerships with KSI or huge YouTubers doing those boxing things, of which gets so much exposure. So really, this is all about exposure. And for the long term, as I say, I think Theta can reach $700 to $800 within a few years from now if they continue on the trajectory that they're going with their whole roadmap. And I think they will, because they've said that they're going to do everything that they've said, everything that they've said they're going to do, they've done in the past. So I think there's no reason they shouldn't be able to stick to their word with the future. But yeah, guys, that's about it for today's video. Thanks so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for daily videos. And if you subscribe, turn on that post notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.